Evening, guys. Welcome back to another episode 108. Hope everyone is doing well. As always, get in your comments if you're watching live. If you're watching after, then do leave your thoughts. But yeah, welcome back. Unfortunately, it's not talking about a win this week, but like the title says, a lot of positive signs, even though we did lose the game. But yeah, hope everyone's well. Getting all your thoughts. We're trying to get through as many comments as always. Joined by Neil and Josh. How are we doing, lads? Josh, you good?
Yeah, I'm good, my friend. Absolutely brilliant. How are you, mate?
Yeah, mate. All good. Neil, how about you? Buzzing?
Yeah, mate. Top of the world.
Love it. Episode 108. Getting your thoughts and subscribe as well if you're new. Subscribe to Josh. Josh has recently hit 1,000 subs, which is absolutely class. Yeah, big up to everyone. Loads of you in the chat as always. And yeah, shout out to this. For the continued support, because I mean, we say it every week, the support is always class, but nearly 4,500 of you have watched the last 4 episodes. So big up. Wow. The support is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, get in your comments, like, subscribe, hype, socials are there. Shout out to Adam Purnell, our sponsor again, ERG DIY Decorating. He helps support us, so please help support him. But yeah, let's jump into it. I'll start off with you, Josh, first. Yeah, five goal thriller. Unfortunately, we didn't come out on top with a win. Unchanged as well, which we all thought would happen. Although a couple of us said that there might be at least one change. But yeah, mad game. Pretty much a basketball game, wasn't it? It was end to end.
Yeah,
there wasn't really anything in between. It was a mad game for the neutral, but a mad game for all the Rovers and Chesterfield fans there. But yeah, what did you make of the performance? The 3 goals we conceded, and yeah, your overall thoughts on the game, because it was a weird one. Because I spoke to you after, and I said it online, and a lot of people said it. It felt really weird because a lot of the performances, when we've come on air after a game or to talk about a game, or when me and you have done our reactions, etc. After a loss, mostly we've been like, "What the hell was that performance?" Like, we've been pretty terrible. You look at. I mean, I said apart from the MK game, I've pretty much been most of us have been pretty, frustrated or angry over the performances. But this one felt different. It felt, because there was, the energy was there, the pressing was there, the effort was there. We scored 2 good goals. Obviously, the defending was poor, but yeah, it didn't feel the same, even though it was another loss on our 19th. Loss in 30 games. But yeah, what did you make of the performance? Your thoughts?
Well, I think the word you used, weird, sums it up.
Yeah.
It was a weird game. And it really it really was a weird game, because like I sat there afterwards before I did my match reaction and thought, like, I don't really know how I feel about it. Like, there was a lot of energy, there was a lot of desire, there was a lot of quality going forward, other than putting the ball in the back of the net. But we also saw a few of those, old school Rovers defensive lapses. We weren't great at the back, and I didn't really know what to make of it. I will start off by saying that we could have easily lost that game 5-2.
Oh yeah, shout out to Brad Young. He was
Brad the Cat Young.
Saves, brilliant.
Yeah, really fantastic in goal. Like, was crucial in keeping us in that game. And when we go 2-1 up, like, I thought to myself, right, we've turned a corner here. Like, I don't know, we look like a different Rovers, and I thought that I thought that we might see that game out, because look, in football you always need a bit of luck, and Brad Young, I think, was our luck in that game.
Yeah.
And I think that he had done enough, given us enough luck to go and then kick on and win that game, or at least get a draw. And then we went 2-1 up, and we just stopped. We just stopped playing football for the next 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden it just was only going one way. I mean, when that ball left Mola's foot, I was already off sprinting.
Yeah.
Like, I fell down a row. and I just like I thought we'd done it, and I didn't quite know what to make of it because like I don't really know if we deserved a draw with how many chances they had, but at the same time in the flow of the game, I felt we did. I still don't know what to make of it now. You know, 4 or 5 days on, it's so hard because it was promising going forward, but we were nervous at the back again, and I don't want that to creep back in.
No.
Steve Evans was very annoyed with the kind of defensive lapses, and it looks like he's put that right. So, or not put that right, but going to put it right. So, it was a really weird game, really strange game. It was ping pong. It was odd. I thought Joe Quigley was absolutely
Quigley,
brilliant when he came on. I think that like, you know, when you actually kind of take your 64 games in 360 career appearances out of it, like I actually think he is a perfect example of going for a target and executing that target, because when he came on, he won every header. I know I've said this a lot.
He was superb.
He didn't lose a header, got the assist for Shaq, could have got the assist for Mola's equaliser. Really just looked so unselfish and so strong, and just really impressive for him. I thought Shaq was really fantastic. I do actually think it was his worst game of the 3 in that week, and yet he got 2 goals. So credit to him. And yeah, I just think that we do need to work on our defensive shape. We have to. We look okay going forward now, but we gotta stop giving away such sloppy chances. Yes, soft goals. But Chesterfield, my God, they were probably the best side I've seen down the Mem this season. Dylan Markande, Will Grigg, Armando Dobro. You've got some absolute ballers in that
even
side.
Berry with the finish.
Even James Berry, you know, and the 3 that came on all started on the bench. Arguably, that's a better front 3 than ours. So it's like, it is incredible the depth that they have going forward. So yeah, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. And I think if you would have offered us 6 points out of 9 in the week just gone, we would have taken it. But I was gutted at 2-1. I was gutted. I really was. And man, it's we shrug it off, we move on, and we need to do better. But yeah, they put a lot of spirit into that, so I can't moan too much from that side of things.
I agree. I think most Garcers have said the same. Like I'm in that same boat. Even now, it still feels really weird because even though we lost, you know, that's all you want to see. That's what we've been crying out for the whole season. That's what if you see that there's a game plan and there's effort and everyone's putting everything in, then I don't mind if we lose. But it's just like the other, pretty much all the other defeats. Like I said, apart from MK. I'm thinking like we've just been poor, just not shown up. Like even the couple of, you know, well, I say couple, even the 6 defeats we've had under Evans, although all of them apart from one, I think, we've lost by 1 goal. Like we've really not turned up in them, and we've just not executed whatever game plan there was. But like you said, it felt. I think it was so. I mean, I was like, trust me to be late to the game. I was like 2 minutes late, walking up the stairs, and I just heard celebrating. I was like, "Oh, you're kidding me!" And then, obviously 1-0. That's the most frustrating thing for me. It's like you said, the goals. Like Evans said it, and that's the really frustrating thing about it. Is like you said, it really soft goals. Although, like you said, although the chances in open play, I think they had 7 big chances or something crazy. And like you said, the saves from Young, brilliant.
And to score the winner with James Berry's goal out of all the ones they've had was bizarre. Like what a goal! Like it's we look leggy, you know, and But I also will just say, Clinton Mola,
Casimola.
He may not be Mr. Cucumber, but
Jesus Christ,
he's been absolutely a breath of fresh air, and I just want to give him a lot of credit
Shaq,
to that.
They're like new signings, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I had I spoke to him after one of the games on Instagram and had a little chat, and he just sounds buzzing, like with the new role. And I think that it's mad to me, like And no, this is not. I know he's left the club, and it's not the right thing. I'm not trying to word this. I'm not wording this correctly, but like Ruel Sotiriou was such a problem maker. He would throw his toys out the pram. Clinton Mola has been in and out the team. He has been absolutely slandered by most of the fan base. He has been called for his head. He's been da 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 da, and he's worked so hard.
Yeah.
And he's never moaned.
No.
And we're now seeing such a good version of him, and I think that he is. I'm not being funny, but you look at Kane Thompson-Summers now with Steve Evans and think, what? I probably couldn't have brought you in, because Mola's been absolutely excellent. If he gets injured, then fine. But I just wanted to give a credit to him because what a week it's been. 3 games in a week, and he's arguably been man of the match at each and every one of them.
Yeah.
Like he's just been superb, and I just thought big credit to him. I just thought we should say that because he's got a lot of shit, and rightfully so in some aspects. But he's worked so hard, and he's really proven a lot of people wrong now. So fair play to the bloke.
Yeah, because even on here, to be fair, all of us have I've been to games as well, with when I'm with Ben and that, and even and I get it. Like I said, people probably dislike or have a different opinion to what me or to what you say, but he has been we've actually tried backing him a lot because even
Mr. Scapegoat,
even before, even like when Daryl was here in the Paul run, Mola was actually playing well. His job and his role, he was actually playing well, but every single game, he was getting properly slated. And me and you and Neil and a few other try backing him because he wasn't playing bad. But like you said, this midfield role, like someone said there, and Mola Kante, it's mad. He's been, and I think the thing with him, because even you've seen him in defence, he always wants to get on the ball. It's almost like when you have him in midfield now, you think, how was he actually? And I know it's 3 games, but you can only praise what you've seen. But how was he a centre back? Because the way, and I think Neil spoke about it as well last week.
I was going to say the same thing.
And stuff.
Neil said that the way he plays football is so prominent of a central defensive midfielder that it's no surprise he's doing well because he's so rash, he's so energetic, he's so Duracell bunny, and you can't be like that as a centre back. You have to be solid, you have to be positionally sound, you have to be stoic, And he's given license now to just absolutely go ape shit in that middle of midfield and do what he wants to do, chase that ball down, be dogged, and he's been absolutely brilliant. And yeah, man, I just think he's been superb. And the reason I say it is because if that equaliser would have gone in from him, I think that would have capped off a fantastic week at Rovers.
Yeah, he deserved
his best week for us. So yeah. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think everyone watching, and if they see it back or whatever as well, I think everyone would agree. Especially him, like you said, it is almost like a new signing because you think, when we all seen it at MK Dons, we first thought, obviously the whole team in general was a bit mental, to say the least. That's probably an understatement. But Ben says it. Yeah, we've been at. I think, where was it? I think it was. There was quite a few games we've been at, and people are like, "Oh, Mola's absolutely terrible." I'm like, mate, he was our best player, and don't get me wrong. I've might have said it in a few games, where he has been poor, but in a lot of the games, and like you said, fair play to Evans. I know he said, "Oh, the other managers here haven't noticed it," but fair play to Evans, because if it weren't for Evans, Mola would still be playing as a defender in a back 3 or a left back. But yeah, shout out to Evans.
Or not on the pitch.
Yeah, or not on the pitch, and Shaq as well. Like you said, again, thing about Shaq is his vision. He almost suits as an attacking midfield because he's got the license. It's almost like he's even got some leadership. You've seen him on the pitch, giving orders or saying where he wants the ball, etc. And yeah, credit, especially them two. Don't get me wrong, there's been a lot of good performances. I know, defensively it was poor, to concede our 48th, 49th and 50th goals of the season, but yeah, it's, like you said, you have to, when players are playing well, and I do it, you do it, everyone does it, you have to give them their praise, because especially them two, they've been superb. But yeah, it was frustrating. Like you said, we looked leggy from the start, conceded the goal, and I thought when the first goal went in, sometimes you think, oh God, is it going to be one of those games? But credit to us because we bounced back straight away. But what I will say, even when we went ahead and we, it was like you said, instant impact from Lee and Quigley. Quigley didn't quite get the hat trick that Neil said he would last week, but impact. But that's what I mean. Even I said it, and you said it, Josh, as well. And he was the player that we needed because we've needed a target man. But like you said, it was the goal. A lot of people talked about his goals, but we knew that he was going to bring that sort of play. We knew that he was very good in the air, and the layoff, great layoff. And like you said, he should have had another assist if it weren't for the defender's bot for Molar's shot. But I think, and credit Gascast said this as well, and check out their pod if you haven't already. But I completely agree. We never really had control in that game, even when we were, obviously we did when we equalised, but our only two shots that we had that was on target both went in. Like their keeper didn't have to make a save apart from the two goals. And like you said, Brad Young, like super. But yeah, like I said in my reaction, and a lot of people said, sometimes you just have to give credit to the opposition, like the way they fizz that, like Naylor, who's always been a quality player, whether it's Championship, League One, League Two, him and Sammy Braybrook were superb. Like even though I thought Mola was good and De Havilland was good, like the way they fizzed the ball, and like you said, the way they could bring Dobra, Grigg, and Berry off the bench, it's mad. And yeah, I think they did deserve it, but also, if like I've mentioned and everyone else has said, if that was a month or two ago, they probably blitz us and batter us. But credit to Rovers, even though we lost, there was still a lot of positives in the game. Neil, what did you make of the performance, obviously the goals and some of the performances?
Yeah, it's probably a decent yardstick of where we are at the minute, to be honest. Under Evans, I think. Look, what you've both said, really, in a roundabout way, is pretty much since he's come in and since the window, what we are now. Whether we win a game, lose a game, draw a game, we're competitive now. We're a competitive side. We're going out there and we're asking questions of sides, and we're not getting rolled over, because under Clark we weren't competitive in any stretch. But like I said, it's probably a decent yardstick of where we are. Like we've had a 6-point week. We've got 2 good wins, and then we've come up against a proper side. Yeah, they've been wobbled. They've had a wobble, but they know they're decent. You can even at 2-1, they just look at each other, they regroup and go, right, like we're about this. We're all right. We're about this, and bang, they're on. They go and get stuff done. This is what I say all the time. Heard it a million times in change rooms. What do you get for almost? Do you know what I mean? We can talk about better performance. We're creeping closer to being a bit better. This and that, but ultimately, when it gets to full time, the better, more savvy, more well drilled, more organised, more understood team went and got it done. And we're not there yet. Look, we ain't there yet.
No.
And we're not going to be there yet. I don't think. Like this will be muddle through for 3 months, get to where we need to get to, deal with what we need to deal with in the summer. So I don't think you're going to see that of us. Like there'll be baby steps in the right direction, and we'll look to be better in certain areas, and we'll probably come on and have conversations, say, look, we're looking better there, and he's doing really well, this and that. But let's have it right, in the summer, a lot of this could get blown apart, because we've seen from Evans year on year, no matter what he says at whatever club, when it comes to the summer, you can be out on your backside if there is a player.
I'm expecting a lot if
there is a player out there that is 10% better than what he's got, you're getting moved.
Yeah, we'll get him. Yeah.
So yeah, that's you can't read too much into what you're going to see next season off the back of what we've got at the minute. Although he's doing what he's done all his career, and like I said, there's elements to him that rub people up the wrong way. I don't agree with some things, but ultimately the be all and end all is he gets stuff done. Like I said, get stuff done. His career speaks for itself, and there was no better bloke to take the job in the circumstance we were in, and he definitely should have got the job. But like I said, there's some things like that he comes out and says and he does, like a lot of managers, he doesn't need to. But by the by, definitely right man for the job, and he will get a tune out of whatever he brings in the summer. But as far as Saturday, like I said, probably a good yardstick of where we're at. I was surprised he went unchanged. It started. You could tell when it started. They looked tired. They looked sore. They couldn't really get themselves moving, and that will probably come off the back of they probably warmed up just fine. But then when you go back in again and you come back out, it honestly it's hard when you're doing 3 in a week. Like some of them feel like Tin Man, and when you go 1-0 down, you feel even worse. But they got their second wind. They did what they had to do and got himself back in it. And when good progressive sides, if one player that has been really tearing it up for you falls away, someone's got to be there to stand up. And Camrich was off it Saturday, and rightfully so. He's come out of youth football, boys football, academy football, and he's done great for what he's done with. But it's just a bridge too far. He wasn't there, and you can't blame him. He weren't there Saturday. And then, like I said about Shaq, the top players in this league that do what and that play in the position that he plays in, every week you either open a door for someone or you get a goal. And the thing with Shaq is I wasn't too sure if he had got the goals in him. Now that's not a bad start Saturday. A Camrich fell away. I'll step up and get it done. Great. Like, that's a great start. You just need to keep on going down that road of right. What do my figures look like on 90 minutes? What do I look like? What have I done as a body of work over 90 minutes? So that's a positive. Again, spoke about it when he signed. Don't ever judge Joe Quigley on his goals. If he's not pinning centre halves, if he's not winning first contacts, if he's not occupying centre halves, then pain him. But you don't judge him on his goals, because that's not why he's here. That's no manager's ever signed him for that. He'll get 1 or 2, he'll weigh in here and there. But ultimately, what he did Saturday was a reflection of what his body of work will be over the course of a season. That's why plenty of managers have gone and got him over the course of his career. Yeah. So, another good little box ticked in the meantime. But like I said, when it comes to Chesterfield, I mean, you look at the goals. Naylor's got, what's Naylor, 34? Kills himself to make the box. Kills himself to make the box because he trusts in what is around him that something will come. It will get there. If you're playing in the poor side, if he was playing in Clark's Rover side, you wouldn't be making that run. You wouldn't be doing it. You've got the enthusiasm and the know to know that I can get found in this side.
Yeah, I mean, good delivery in it. It makes
it's a great delivery, and he's adjusted well off the back of the deflection. And the winner, not even a chance, is it? It's not even a chance. It's barely an half chance. But when it comes to being in a side that you feel like we can get another wave, you just keep getting in there. You keep doing the right things, and success will come your way. And I know they've had a bit of a wobble, but I think that will be a side that will be there or thereabouts come May.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
when it comes to us, like I said, good yardstick, but you're gonna come up against another one. You're gonna come up against another one on Saturday where they're going good. They know exactly what they are. They know all the positives and the negatives about themselves, and they know how to play and how to get stuff done. We've got to go into another task of trying to manage that and find a way of navigating ourselves way through getting a result on the road as well.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a tough one. It's another. Well, that's what I mean. It was obviously we'll get into that soon, but it's very similar to us this week. That we've had actual break this week, whereas Cambridge they played Tuesday. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? It might have been Wednesday actually. But they played midweek, so they're on fire.
But when you are Cambridge, if you're Harris, you want them games being churned out.
When you
don't need to get on the grass. Keep rolling them out.
Yeah, that's what you need. But I can. That was the word that me and Josh were looking for, was competitive. Because like you said before, it was just easy, wasn't it? You went a goal down, it was game over. Whereas there's only it's only sort of 3 games, but that's what you want to see, and that's what I mean. That's what Rovers fans want to see, or any fan. As long as your team's there and you're competitive and you're there. But obviously, most of the season has been,
and you're never going to be. No team's ever going to be. If you've got no bench, You're never going to be.
Oh yeah, that's
You're,
helped a
you're,
lot. That's the one thing
you're only as good as
you
your
said as
bench.
well last week. Yeah, that helps a lot. Like you said, when you've got Quigley, Lee, even McKetchern, I couldn't believe he missed out. I was shocked there was no McKetchern in that. That's what I mean. Even when you're leaving players like McKetchern out, you think, Jesus, like there, and who else was left out? Moore, Thomas. Obviously, we'll get into lineups later on because Moore is.
But now you're in a position. You're in a position now where you haven't got to kill lads to get them back at 80%. It's 75%. You haven't got to kill them to get them back. You ain't got to get your medical team doing overtime to get players back. Do you know what I mean? You've got.
Yeah.
Over the course of a few weeks, he's built himself a squad to work off of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's helped. That's helped massively. Yeah, that's helped massively. I mean, yeah, getting into. I just want to, before we do get into Cambridge, I want to quickly get into thoughts on obviously Neil brushed over it there, Josh. But what have you made of Steve Evans' tenure so far? 10 league games, 3 wins, a draw, 6 losses. I think we've scored 13 and conceded 12. Yeah, what have you made of? Well, obviously there's been a lot of improvements over the last sort of 3 or 4 games, but what have you made of his tenure, and what are the differences, and what are the things that you like, and you could say dislike as well, maybe some of the stuff, but what have you made of Evans' first 10 league games?
I'm not really sure you could have asked for much more from him. Yeah, all right, results-wise, potentially a couple of things. You always want more, don't you? But he's come in, he's galvanized the team, he's got rid of the dross, he's brought in players that he wants. Like, you can't argue that they're not Steve Evans' mold of players. They are 100% the ones that he wants, and he has transformed us. When we look not necessarily solid in the fact like defensively, but solid in the fact that we know what we're doing.
Yeah. There's a plan.
It may not. Yeah, there's a plan. It may not come off, but we know what we're doing, and I have full faith that he keeps us up comfortably. But at the same time, one of my biggest things that I like about him is that we actually are scoring goals under him.
Yeah.
We weren't scoring any under Darryl,
No.
And it's nice to see that, in my opinion, the players have bought into him.
Yeah.
And I think that it's so underrated to have everyone, especially on the football pitch. If a player buys into you, or if the players buy into you, you do run harder. You do try harder. You do care a little bit more about coming into work every day. Look at Mola. Looked at one point like he was gone, from the club, and Evans has put his arm around him and said, "No, like, I need you. I want to try you in a different role." Shaq, he's brought right into Evans. Fabrizio looks like he could bloody run through treacle for him. Like, they are really, really. Alfie Kilgore, they all but have bought into what him and Rayner want, and I love the way Rayner operates as well on that touchline. It's not just Evans. Rayner is non-stop, as invested as you can be, and that's all I wanted. I just wanted. I know that the players liked Darryl, because you can't not like Darryl. He's a lovely bloke.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like
there was just nothing there. I know
it's
other
like
factors, but there was nothing there, was there?
It's like he was a family member. Like, we love him. He's so lovely. But can you say that about Evans? Yeah, right. He's sound, but is he a lovely bloke? No. You try hard for him because you're terrified of him, and like not because you think that he's like he reminds you of your dad or something. If you want to succeed at playing football, you work hard for me. Otherwise, that's it.
Standards, isn't it?
Potentially. Potentially, and I think that it's just great to see them buying into something like that, and I think that I hope that it will take us in the right direction, and hopefully into next summer we can really see a team that will kick on now. And I think with Steve Evans at the helm, you can't not be optimistic, because every other fan of every other club would want him as their manager, and we've got him, so we've got to make the most of it, and we've got to fully believe his plan. And so far, 3 wins, obviously, out of 10 isn't the best, but at the same time, you can't tell me that these losses that we've been seeing now are any way are worse than what we were seeing under Darryl. No way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm positive. I know that's me, but I'm positive. And you look at some games, Bromley at home should have been a
That's what we
win.
should have won that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. So
Yeah.
there are games there where the standards need to be better, and he's improving that. So
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah. That's the thing that we talked about is, like you said, especially over the last. I know there was. Well, you had Crew obviously first come in, got a really good point. I know it was against 10 men, but we played well. You know, the players were up for it, etc. But like you said, there's just that. There's that thing. I know winning those back-to-back wins would have helped massively, but also the fact, like you said, standards are there. He's not afraid to say anything. He's not afraid to do changes. Like Neil spoke about it as well. We all know this anyway from Evans. You have to be at your best. And like Neil said, if there's a player that's off at 10% for a few games and it comes to the summer, Evans will be like, yeah, I don't want you. You know, let's get, because that's the thing. He will always, you know, well, we've seen it in January. We've brought in 9 players. And like you said, I think, like you said, the summer is going to be a mad. But like, I agree. I trust that we'll stay up. And then hope, but also, even though some of the performances have been poor under Evans, what I will say, and it carries on obviously into Cambridge, you know, Oldham, Swindon, Grimsby. We're on a tough run.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know Newport, you know, and Shrewsbury. Like, that was the other good thing as well. One thing especially in that 10-game losing run, what we didn't do under Darryl that we've done under Evans is that we've beaten the teams around us.
Yeah,
that was big, because before that we were like that run. That's what I mean. When it was a run of 10 losses, I was like, I don't like football, you know. But now, you know, you've seen over the past few that there's something there, you know, and there's, you know, like you said, there's good things happening. But yeah, I mean, Neil, do you want to add anything? I know you spoke a little bit about Evans, but what have you made Evans' first 10 league games?
I'm not desperately surprised by him. I was a bit on the fence with him when he first came in, because he came across as a completely different bloke. He came across like very mellow, you know. He looked like the weight loss had changed him completely as a fella.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, slowly reverted back to type of who he is. And don't get me wrong, there's these players, you know, a lot of them, they're probably really enjoying what's going on there. But that comes with winning. Winning does that, no matter who's in the dugout. But let's have it right. There'll be players there that fucking hate him as well. There'll be players out there that fucking hate him, because it's no secret. He's, like I said, I keep saying he's a nasty bastard. And if he's gunning for you, if you're in his eye line and he's gunning for you, and he wants to make your life difficult, he'll do it. We won't see it. All we'll see is results. We're winning games, we're picking up points, we're going to get saved. Steve's great. But if you're one of them lads that's like your life is hell coming in every day and can't stand it because you're on his hit list, then you're probably absolutely hating life. Probably one, because you're not inside, and two, because behind closed doors, he's making life really uncomfortable for you. Now, like, I don't know, like, let's take, I know it's gone, it's been, and whatever's happened, but the Hutchins he didn't have to operate that way. He didn't have to, but he chose to do it. I would expect that Luke Thomas isn't getting a great deal off of him as far as information management and all the niceties, I would assume. I don't know anything about it, but I'm just looking, like, not every single player in every single squad buys in, loves coming in. Like, there's always some that
there will be with every
and that's with every manager. But I think when you come to like people like Steve Evans, it's either here or it's fucking down here. And I think some lads would be getting up in the morning thinking, I do not want to go into work today for this bloke. You know what I mean? But you don't have to work too hard to go and find certain players that have said it about him previously. Do you know what I mean?
I've seen it
I
on
mean,
the under the cosh. There was a one with there was the Nardiello.
there'll be
He
loads,
said
mate. There'll be
he
loads out
said
there.
some
Like
mad things.
it'll be on loads of people's shit list, Evans, just because the way he's operated. You've seen how he's operated over the years, you know.
Yeah.
So, like, not everything is rosy behind closed doors of all players in a side that's going well. All right, and I'm not saying we're going.
definitely not.
I'm not
No.
saying we're going well. We're going better, but whether we stay up and everything's fine, if you get to next season and hopefully we're operating in that top 3 area, potentially like playoffs, putting a dent in the division, going well, there'll still be players in that changing room that are fucking sick of him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, let's just always have an eye on that. It's the same. It is the same, but like I said, I think with Evans, there's another level to go in below it.
Yeah.
Like he's a nasty one, and Rayner's no shrinking violet either. So, but ultimately, like I said, bottom line with everything, cut the shit in the grey area. It's about winning games and getting stuff done and picking up points. And this bloke knows how to do it, and he knows how to do it because he's always been good in the transfer market. And most 90% of the clubs he goes to, he gets given a hefty bit of money to deal with. And I expect these lot will give him another chunk of change to go and play with in the summer.
Yeah, but the thing is though as well, a lot of those, obviously every manager will get stuff wrong, but like you see in a lot of Evans's teams, he will go and a lot of the players that he brings in, even though he gets backed well, a lot of them he gets right, and that's what obviously that's a key to, you know, a lot of it's all right getting gifted money or getting gifted hefty budgets, but
he's always been good. He's always been good in the transfer market. That's what I said. Like when we came in January, regardless of the name, the form, where they've come from, I'd have had no concerns in January whoever came through the door because he knows his stuff when it comes to bringing in players and wheeling and dealing. He's always been like that. He's never been one to sign wet behind the ears, inexperienced, naive kids. He's always gone and got good, solid senior pros to go and get stuff done immediately. He's never looked to grow people into a side, to create a side. He's always been, let's get this done immediately, Evans. And that's exactly what this side needed because we was in freefall.
Oh, yeah. It was looking terrible, to be fair. But yeah, let's get into Cambridge and keep liking the video if you haven't already. If we can get over 75 likes like we've done the last 4 episodes, and that would be class. Subscribe if you're new. Subscribe to Josh, socials, FanHub, etc. FanHub Gas and all that. And then, our sponsor as well, Adam, go and check him out as well. But yeah, Cambridge, to be fair, I knew they were doing well, but until I looked at the games and the results, I didn't realise they were doing, especially, they're up with Bromley, they're the form team in the league. Before the Harrogate
they're one of the form teams in the country,
in the
mate.
EFL, in the country, it's ridiculous. One loss in 16 games, and before Harrogate, it was 14 games unbeaten. I mean, that's the thing with them. And I was on a Cambridge pod earlier, and I said to him, like, from an outsider looking in, like, you look, and it doesn't mean anything to an outsider. It matters obviously what you do in the building and what your setup is and what your side looks like and how you portray them and how they come out. But when you look at Cambridge, and I said this to this guy, you think there isn't one standout player, but they're just a brilliant side. The way they all fight together. They've obviously all brought in. To be fair, even when Harris, I know they got relegated with him, but their form was very good when he come in after last season, because obviously we went there and won. And by the way, our record is, if we go on about records to teams every week, but if there's one team and one good record that we have, is against Cambridge with 8 league wins in our last 9. I know we lost the EFL Cup game, but we're doing very well against them, even when it comes to obviously beat them earlier this season, beat them last year 1-0, 4 clean sheets in a row against them. But yeah, the way they're set up, very solid. One thing that you need to be good at in this league, they're good at good in both boxes. Very good at set pieces with the delivery. You got Kellen Watts, who scored against us from a set piece, funnily enough, in the EFL Trophy game.
Mhm.
But yeah, very solid side. No real standouts, but yeah, obviously they put the work in. They're all in the same boat, and fair play because the form is stupid. Like even at home, they've got the best home form in the league. Only lost once. One loss in 16. Bounced back with a 3-0 win on Tuesday night. Even if it's not a starting player, it's Sully Kaikai coming off the bench and getting a brace. So yeah, very good team. Good in both boxes. Joint most clean sheets in the league with Grimsby, 12 clean sheets, and they've also conceded the least amount of goals in the entire league. So it doesn't get any easier. Like I said about the teams that we're playing, are up there, but I'm expecting it to be tough. But I'm hoping our record against them comes to fruition again. Josh, what's your thoughts going into Cambridge? A very tough game.
Well, I mean, look, if the Harrogate game wouldn't have happened, I would have been very nervous. But they had a wobble. Maybe we can learn something from the Harrogate game, have a little look at that, see what they did differently. They are not unbeatable, but they're pretty damn close, mate.
Yeah, only lost 6 games out of 30.
Only lost 6 games, and to think that we're one of them, which is mad. I think that Neil Harris is getting a really good tune out of that side. You've got, and once again, one of Neil's favourite things to say on the pod is that you don't need 10s every week, but you need players that will give you 7s every single week without fail. Consistency is key, and that is what Cambridge do. And I think that it's going to be a real good test. It's going to be a real good kind of marker of where we are potentially right now, because it's an away game. We've had 3 games at home against a very, very good side. And yeah, I mean, it's funny that, isn't it? Like, Harrogate didn't win in like 20 games, and they were
21 games, I think it was.
Mad. And then you get that result. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I love football, but yeah, I think it's going to be a really good indicator of where we are, because look, we are better than Harrogate, so in theory that means we have a better chance of beating them, but it's never that easy.
No.
It's never that easy. So is there anything we can take from that game? Is there any? But look, they are a fantastic side, and we've got to be on it, because they're not like, I don't see them as a Chesterfield free flowing absolute. They're just so good at what they do, and they will break you down, and they are solid. They will win games of football. So, yeah, man, I'm intrigued. I'm not excited, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's one of those, because look at the last 5. I know we mentioned the Crawley game winning 3-0 by Harrogate, and then before that, beat Oldham 3-0, beat Shrewsbury 1-0 with a very late goal, and then beat Tranmere. But like you said, they're not like this. I think everyone would agree. Like, they haven't got star players, but like you said, they've got a team of hardworking players who give. They've got bits of Ben Knight. I did a thing on TikTok earlier on. If anyone wants to check that out, just a mini preview. But like Ben Knight, I urge you to go and check the Walsall highlights with Cambridge, and that game he scored 2 goals, and he tried a bicycle kick from the edge of the box, hit the bar. Like, they've got your hard-working, solid players like Dominic Ball, McLaughlin, Bennett. I really like the wing back. I've always rated him. And then you got, Apare up front. You got Sully Kaikai, but defensively, like we mentioned, they're very, very good. Kellen Watts, who was at Newcastle, very, very good. Tall. Job as well, the one that people might remember where Chris Martin elbowed and got banned against him. He's very good. So someone mentioned it there in the comments. They're very good set pieces, which you have to be good at. They're brilliant, and it's going to be one very tough game. Neil, what's your thoughts going into it? Obviously, Neil Harris at the elm. Sorry, another team that plays 3-4-1-2 as well, or 2-1. Sorry, what do you make of Cambridge?
Yeah, you sort of touched on it a bit there. Like I say before, like most good sides, the personality of their manager is reflected in their side, and that side plays like Neil Harris played. He'd run into the ground every week. He'd run his nuts off every single week, and he was one of them that I think he felt the harder I work, the luckier I'll get, and that's what them lads do. Like there's no superstar in there really. They all just muck in. They play to their skill sets, and he gets them doing. He gets them doing the things that they're good at, but doing it at 100% every single week. You know.
Yeah. No half.
And I think he that side sort of it reflects him. It reflects him and the bloke he is, and probably the way he works. He's very intense as a fella, and when he played, he was like that. And like I said, every single week, win, lose or draw, you knew if you was a centre half, you knew you was in their game. Not so much because he was massive, really strong, but he'll pull you all over the place. He wouldn't give a full back a minute's peace. And I think this side does that. If they can prevent you getting up the pitch and turning you round through pressure, educated pressure, and hunting in twos and threes because they all believe in what they're doing. That's what gets this side success. Like I mean, they earn the right to play this lot. They earn the right to play from kickoff. They don't just get it down and move it and try and do the nice stuff. They go and earn the right to play every single week, and they'll grind you down. And then, like I said, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And they're going well. They've hit that sweet spot, haven't they? Whether they've hit it a bit too early is yet to be seen, but they've definitely hit it at the minute. Going into it, always going to Cambridge, I think with Rovers, I've always felt it. The way that we play when we are a good side, the dimensions of that pitch never ever help us. They never help us. It's tight.
Yeah, it's a weird, weird one.
But it suits how Cambridge operate every season down to a T. Like they bring it in narrow on purpose because they know that they're going to be a side that will muck in, do the second balls, get involved in the washing machine in the middle of the pitch. And if you can restrict like the good, classy, top end operators space, you're doing something right.
Yeah,
I remember when we went there under Joey, far better side than Cambridge, but we could not get a tune out of what we were doing because they knew how to defend the dimensions of that pitch, especially after going 1-0 up. Yeah, and that's always my concern going there. But like we're in a far better place than we would have been, a few months ago. Like what we will be, regardless of the result, like I said, we'll be competitive.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, there's some comments from Jerry and Partigas saying about a player that used to play there, Neil Smilly, in the 70s and 80s. And there was a comment from, who was it? I can't remember. I think it was Tom about the home record. Bromley haven't lost at home, but Cambridge have got more points. Because I think Bromley have won 9, drew 5. Cambridge have won 10 and drew a couple, but only lost 1. So, yeah, Bromley. What's that?
Is Lofty back from Crawley? Is he back at Cambridge or not?
No, he went on the permanent, didn't he?
He went to Crawley. I thought he went on loan.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a permanent.
I thought he went on loan.
Yeah, no Lofty. Obviously, yeah, he scored, didn't he, in the EFL? Was it?
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it?
Oh, that depended, as well.
Yeah, but that was the EFL Cup game he scored in when they beat us 2-0, and Gibbons got the assist, wasn't it? Because Gibbons got the assist for Loft. And then, the EFL Trophy game was one of our better games under Darryl, where we were 2-0 up, playing well. I think he made 3 early subs, took off McKetron, Ellis, and Hizaku was playing well, went defensive, then we conceded 2, but 1 on penalties, thanks to Southwood. But yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Our 4th game against them this season, which is mental. But yeah, let's get into lineups. I'm finding this really tough. I don't know if you've sorted yours, Josh, but we'll go with Neil first. Neil, what would you? Because that's the thing this week. We've got Balmer and Kilgore fit, but Harbottle was missing for this game, maybe the game after, and Lockyer is also out. So the only other centre back fit is Taylor Moore, which I think he was left out just because he Evans obviously didn't think we needed a centre back, but I don't think he's injured. So Taylor Moore is the only one fit. And as we know, we've got another game on Tuesday night. So we'll be live again Sunday for those watching and for watching after, because we have Oldham away on Tuesday. But yeah, it's a tough one, because for me, I don't really want to change it from the back three, because we've been playing well and we've looked good, but it's a tough one. Neil, what would you go with? And feel free to list out players, and me and Josh can say if they're fit or not, if you want to.
So he's 100% out, is he, Arbottle?
Yeah, he's definitely missing. Yeah.
Okay, right. This is what I'd go with. Being at Cambridge, on the road at Cambridge, and I think the way that we have to play the pitch, I'll go with Young in goal. I'd go with Balmer, Kilgore, and Taylor Moore at centre half. A midfield three of Smallwood, Mola, and de Havilland. And I'd go forward in a Camrich off of both Harrison and Quigley. I think we've got to go back to front as quickly as we can.
Yeah, that's completely fair. So was that 4-3-2? Yeah, 4-3-2-1 then. Yeah, that's completely. Yeah, I actually quite like that, to be honest. Josh, what would you go for? Have you got your lineup sorted? Because I'm finding it tough, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, where did you see that Harbottle was out?
Evans said it on Bristol Live.
What, like today?
Yeah.
Okay, fine, cool.
Yeah.
Because he did say it wasn't as bad as they once thought, but I didn't. That
is the positive thing. That is, yeah. Because it looked when he got one off injured, I was like, oh no.
Well, if Evans has said that, don't be shocked if you see him start then.
Oh yeah,
but,
yeah.
But this is why I was asking. So I would go same formation, so 3-4-1-2. Just we look comfortable in it.
Yeah.
I'd be going Young, Kilgore, Balmer, Taylor Moore / Harbottle. I don't know if he's fit or not, but yeah, let's go Taylor Moore.
Evans might be doing mind games like this.
Let's say he's not. Yeah, let's say he's not lying.
Yeah.
Taylor Moore, and then I would go a Camrich. I would go Mola, and I would go Tommy Lee as that 8, because we want. I just feel like we want energy in that midfield. Sparks on the left, Shaq through the middle, in the 10. Sorry, then I'd go Little and Large up top for Brizio and Joe Quigley. I was really impressed with Quigley, so he definitely starts for me.
Yeah. It's for me. Yeah, I agree. I don't think you can change it from the back three, because we've actually looked. Remember before under Darryl or under Matt, apart from the first 4 games under Matt Taylor, but we tried it after. We've looked poor, but under Evans with this three, that is how you play it, with high energy, high press. Everyone all in the same. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd go Young in goal, Kilgore, Balmer, Taylor Moore. I would go Mola and de Havilland again. Shaq in the 10, Sparks on the left, and a Camrich on the right. But then I would change it. Just because the way that Cambridge, I know Gibbons plays as a centre back, but overall they've got monsters at the back. So for me, I would actually bench Caven. I think he needs a rest. He looks completely knackered. I think now we've got more strikers in and more bodies. I think he needs a rest, because I think he wasn't really in the game against Chester, although his work rate is phenomenal. He wasn't really in the game against Walsall and Chesterfield. So for me, with another game Tuesday, I think I would rest Caven. I know people might seem, oh my God, like he's our top goal scorer. I get it, but for me, I just think you need a rest. He needs to rest. Sorry, so I'd go Ellis and Quigley up top for me. Some of you may agree, some of you might not do, but I would rest Caven and then start him against Oldham on Tuesday. That was what I would do personally, because I don't think it's one of those really. I know it happened. It happened for the first time probably this season that Ellis started 3 games in a row. But I don't, again, like when it comes to managing minutes, I don't think it would be nice to see Quigley start against his old club Tuesday with Caven maybe, and then Ellis starts today and then rest him for Tuesday. But yeah, that's what I would do. Score predictions. I mean, last week we all went for an unbeaten. And me and Josh went for wins. I went for a clean sheet against Chesterfield. Obviously, that didn't happen. But Neil, even though Neil said a draw, no. What did you say? Was it 3-2?
I said we'd nick it 3-2, and then we ended up getting done 3-2.
Yeah. Quigley hat trick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, let us know if you agree with our lineups. Yeah, someone else said Fabio needs a rest. I'm glad I'm not the only one. But yeah, let us know your score predictions. I wonder how many wins that they're going to be this week. Yeah, I'll go with you, Neil, first. Will we lose again, or will we get something out of the game? What do you think?
No, I think we'll get beat. To be honest, like I said, we're better. We are better than what we were. But like I said, I think Saturday was probably a yardstick of where we are, and like we're not a top side, and we're never going to be. Do you know what I mean? We're still transitioning into trying to stay.
Anyway.
We're trying to transition into staying in this division at the minute.
Yeah.
And regardless of size of club and budget, Cambridge have got their eyes on something else. I think we get beat 2-1.
That's fair. Who do you reckon scoring?
I'll say Kachunga and Kelly, Ruddock and Penzu and Joe Quigley.
Hey,
every week.
Boy.
He's my new Ryan Loft, mate, every week.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that. Jenny, big up to Jenny. Jenny's gone 2-1 to us. Yeah, get in all your predictions. There's over 8 of you watching, so appreciate that. So get in your predictions, keep liking. Tom Butler's gone 2-1. Cambridge will be competitive, but will just come up short. Tom's gone 2-0. 2-0 loss, won't be the end of the world. WJHC, Georgia Gas, big up to you as always. Watching from the other side of the world. 2-1 Gas win. Shaq and Quigley. Love that. Josh, score prediction. What are you saying? And goal scorers?
I'm going Cambridge 1, Bristol Rovers 1. Just straight down the middle. I
don't expect anything else from you.
I know. I love a draw, mate. It's because I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know why. I just don't. I don't know. I feel like a week on the pitch, he would have prepared right. I'm going Bristol Rovers 1, Cambridge 1, Elias Kachunga, and I'm going for Mr. Joe Quiglini's. Why not?
Quigley earlier as well. Love it.
Quigley's. You remember Quigley's as well? Used to be an unbelievable fast food joint.
Yeah, Quigley's.
Bristol. Yeah. Oh, used to be unbelievable. Anyway,
is that the one? Is that the one? That was the one down the centre in it, where everyone used to go in after Rams. Is that the one?
Yeah. Right next to Rams.
Oh, big up to Quigley's, man.
Unbelievable scenes.
Oh yeah, after Ram Shack or what's the other one everyone used to go in before it changed name? Oh, they've all changed name now. I don't even know. But yeah,
Bunker and Bargos.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it. Bunker and
Bargos.
What's the other one?
Where was it?
I can put. Do you know down by? Do you know the KFC in the middle of town? It's closer to like the center. You know where like the Tesco Express is, and you've got the KFC near the galleries. You know the one around the corner.
Pop World. No,
not Pop World. Oh, I've completely forgot.
Anyway, fine. Sorry. Yeah. All right. You the Queen Shilling is what you're on about, aren't you?
No. I completely. It's still in my head actually because I've completely forgot. No, not Fetcler.
Mate, we'll just have to move on.
Yeah, let's swerve it, mate. I'll work tomorrow.
SWX.
Yeah, it could be any of them.
SWX. What it was called before, I forgot what the name was.
SWX.
Yeah, but before that, when it used to be good, like back 11 years ago. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Right, so you got 1-1. Neil's gone for a loss. I think the one good thing that might help us that didn't help us during the week is that, like you mentioned, Josh, we've had that week's rest on the training pitch. Because they've had the same as us. They've played
Syndicate.
Yeah, Syndicate. That's the
Sorry.
one.
Yeah.
Syndicate.
Big up, Tom.
Yeah, big up the Syndicate days. Yeah, big up Tom. There you go, Syndicate. But yeah, I think I think that'd be a big difference. I know they won't mind because, like you said, Neil said as well, that when you're on good form, it doesn't really matter when you're playing. If you're playing 3 games a week, but they've had the same though. We've had 3 home games in a row. They've had 3 away games in a row. So, but yeah, we've had the week's rest. I'm gonna go for. Do you know what? I back us to get back to winning ways. You know, I'm basing it off the last 3 performances, but also our record against them because we've got a good record. So I'm hoping that continues. Touch wood. And I'm going to go for another 1-0 gas. You know, we like a 1-0 against Cambridge this year. We beat them 1-0 last year. We beat them 1-0 away. And I'm going to go for another Shaq goal. I backed Shaq to get another goal. So yeah, let's get to some more predictions and we'll end it. Chris Hall's gone. If we win 3-1, we will sing a Backstreet Boys song in S. Play 2 up top. Mies a crowd. Pink elephant. What are these comments? Jesus Christ. Tim Bailey's gone. Big up to Tim as well. 3-1 Gask event 2. And the Haviland Thunderbolt from 25 yards. Yeah, that's another one. He obviously played for Posh, didn't he? So there's a little bit of. I think he scored against them last year in the batter, and was it last year where they smashed Cambridge like 5 or 6-0?
5-1 and won it.
Or 5-1 or something. Yeah, he scored in that game. Yeah, to be fair, a lot of people have gone for wins as well. There was another one. I can't see because, yeah, a lot of them are because of the question about the nightclubs. But yeah, a lot of people, to be fair, have gone for wins, which is good. But yeah, hopefully we can get a positive result. I'll be there again. I'm staying over the weekend because that journey to Cambridge is absolutely disgusting. If anyone's been, it is horrible. But yeah, big up to everyone that has tuned in. And yeah, any last words from you two? I know Neil will be like, no. Let's get. But Josh, any final words before we end?
Just thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for over 3,300 now on TikTok. We're really pushing, and I've tried to up my content kind of quality and audio and editing. So I really appreciate that people are giving me some love. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man. Big up. Yeah, big up to that. Yeah. Neil mentioned that. I seen that. Is that real, Neil? I've heard you're taking over Chasers. Is that true?
I'd do it if I could get the backing, mate. Wouldn't mind. All
right, we need it to happen, mate. Chase up the chase in it. That famous.
Have to find an investor.
I love. Yeah, we need to get it. Yeah, if anyone.
See if the Kuwaitis want to get involved.
Yeah, well, yeah,
they would if they could tear it down.
Yeah, ask them.
If it makes money, I'll tear it
down.
Yeah, get involved. Yeah, big up everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Neil and Josh as always. Thanks to all of you that have tuned in live. Thanks to those that watch after. Like, subscribe to Josh. Follow, hype, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you in the next one. Out of gas.
Come on, boys.